the magic of poetry, like the balladish folkloric aspect of it, and then you unite it with this kind of technology magic. It's this beaming down of a message, and then it's also the ground of how to convey it in a physical form. And design is so important for whatever kind of print method you use. Just if you have a good design, you can print it any way and it'll look good. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I really appreciated that. Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, people don't realize just how important design can be, and I think it's so
Mhm.
many solutions can come up in the process. Like it's really not just the art; it's about everything surrounding it and how I can make it easier for you, pretty much. Hi, Leanne.
Hi, Flora. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Care to introduce yourself really quickly?
Yeah, I'm Leanne Brown. I'm a poet and a poet publisher of Tender Buttons Press, and I'm based in New York City and North Carolina. And I'm a professor. I teach at St. John's University. I am very much a member of the sort of New York poetry scene, poetry project. I like to do a lot of community events around poetry.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for the work that we did together. I'm wondering, where were you first before we started? Where were you in the process?
Well, I had sort of discovered this poem of Anissa's just by talking to her and hearing her read, and I heard her recite it out loud, and I was like, wow, it just hit me. And it took a while to get to the point that we could actually talk about doing a publication. It was sort of it was great that she found you to realize the project to help make it a reality.
Mm.
And I like to work with each author to sort of help realize their ambition for the book. And I loved how you worked with both of us to talk about what we wanted for it and what colors and what typeface and what kind of feeling it would have. And I love that tagline you have about "Let me help you tell your lore." I've seen that in another place since then, and I was like, oh, she's on it. Like Flora is on the pulse of the language.
I found out that Lori is actually inside my name.
Oh, wow.
Lori,
I didn't even see
Lori.
it. Usually I see that. Wow. And I love its flower too. I mean, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
there's
Yeah.
so many layers. It's also
Mhm.
like the floor, the ground, the
Oh,
foundation.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah. What was your favorite part about the process? Like, what really stood out to you?
I think one of my favorite things was your ability to do the artwork with the glyph on the front page and the cover art and the typography. Like the typography is something I feel like I'm not expert in at all, and I really like that you had access to the look of the typeface and the artwork and how that integrated together. Yeah.
You spoke earlier about the organization of the projects. Like, was that something that really helped you out?
Oh yeah, it was definitely helpful to have a flow chart of steps that had to happen for the book to happen, because sometimes you get stuck in these cul-de-sacs of design or production, and you were very good about following up and saying, well, what about this next part of it, and you had all the steps along the way about the draft, and we did a lot of brainstorming about the actual look of it. There was a lot of conceptualization beforehand, and then it wasn't just like lockstep, like let's do this typeface. It was just like let's really explore what the feeling of the book should be. And the lookbook thing you had, what is it called?
The mood board?
Yeah, the mood board. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
love that.
Yeah.
What was like an aha moment for you, like during the process, something that you hadn't put together before?
Um, I think that it could be so sort of um, seamless, or the flow of the production could be easy, because sometimes I'll get stuck like in a certain part of it, and I think that was it seemed to happen quickly and easily compared to a lot of projects I've done. And also, I again, like that stamp of that moon glyph on the front. Like never done. I'd done one stamp before in a book, but it was so central to the image of the book, and I love. That's my favorite thing about the book is that moon on the front, like glyph of the moon that you did. And I was like, wow, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
What's been the feedback from your community so far with the work that we did together?
They think it's a beautiful book, and I mean, I'm still getting some reviews for it, so I feel like that's sort of the next step. And yeah, everybody loves the book and they love to hear Anissa read. So I appreciate you doing that little trailer to hear her voice reading some of the work, and just the way you integrated, the media together to help show what the book is besides just on the page, because it is very oral too. So that was an important part. And so I think it's just at the beginning of the reception of the book. We've done a few readings, but I think because she's a first time author, I think it's going to take a little traction to get people to know who she is. And this is a beautiful package to be able to show that. Yeah.
Thank you. Like, what's something you're gonna like keep with you from this process moving forward? Like, what are the lessons? Like, what are you gonna carry with you?
I think one thing is just to be calm and proactive, and like that it's going to happen. It's like, that it's not as hard as I make it out to be.
Hmm. Well, thank you so much for your time, Leanne. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Oh, I just no, I just like the I like they use the word lore in your. I help you tell your lore because it just seems I really love folklore and like the magic of poetry, like sort of the balladish, folkloric aspect of it, and then you really unite it with this kind of technology magic. It's like I pulled that magic card. I was like, ooh, so much magic. It's like, like it's like this beaming down of a message, and then it's also the ground of how to convey it in a physical form. And design is so important for whatever kind of print method you use. Just if you have a good design, you can really print it any way and it'll look good. The design is very important to convey. Like you said, I'll help you tell your lore. I
Yeah.
really appreciated that.
Thank you. Yeah, like people don't realize just like how important design can be, and I think it's such like so
Mhm.
many solutions can come up in the process. Like it's really not just the art; it's about like everything surrounding it and how I can like make it easier for you, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to talk with you about more ideas for other projects. So yeah,
Yeah, I would love to collaborate with you more. Like my door's open.
cool.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, Leanne.
Thank you.